Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Flock Talk. I'm your host, John Calavita, joined alongside the Craska brothers, Frank, a right-handed pitcher from Quinnipiac, and Petey, a left-handed power-hitting first baseman who is currently a high school senior committed to Georgia Tech. This is Petey's first year with the team, and Frank is coming back for his third stint as a honker. Guys, how are we doing today?
Great. How are you?
It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. Never gotta talk baseball, never a better time. So something that I like to do with all players, obviously we gotta get to know you guys. Can I give me a scouting report on who you guys are as players?
Petey, you want to start us off? Yeah, start us off, Petey.
I'll start. Yeah, I'm a left-handed hitting first baseman. I throw right-handed. I'm known for pretty much my power. I like to consider myself having a good hit tool and like to hunt fastballs early in the count and just fight with two strikes and just try to put the bat on the ball with two strikes. I am good. I like to say I'm good in the field. I can pick it a little bit and yeah, pretty much it, Frank.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm a right-handed pitcher. I'm going to come at you with all I got. I'm primarily sinker, slider, change up, three-quarter arm slot usually helps me generate a lot of arm side run and get a lot of weak contact, especially pitching in summer ball with the wood bats. It's definitely my best friend, getting a lot of weak contact, a lot of ground balls. But at the end of the day, I'm a strike thrower, love to compete and go right after guys. And, that's what was huge for me last summer with the Honkers. I'm looking forward to more of that this summer.
We as broadcasters love pitchers who throw strikes. We don't want to see walking the bases. We'd love to see some action out there. But Frank, obviously you're currently just started your fifth year of collegiate baseball, probably coming back for a sixth. Take me through a day in your life?
Yeah, no, absolutely. College baseball is a grind. Anyone who wants to play it at any level, Division I, Division II, NAIA, JUCO, Division III, whatever it is, you're signing up for a grind. So, on an average day, getting up in the morning, making sure you're getting a good, healthy breakfast in, and then usually heading over to our campus, around 12 o'clock, and we're usually hitting the weight room around 1 o'clock. And then we're going right into practice after that. And practice is, usually 2.5, 3 hours where, pitchers are getting their throwing in, getting their bullpens in, hitters working on their approach at the plate, and then usually finish them with some sort of scrimmage or bunt defense or fundy or whatever, however coach wants to put a wrap on practice. And then it's all about getting 2 more meals in the rest of the day. No matter what time it is, you got to get 3 meals in. Petey will tell you got to get 4 or 5. And then throughout all that, finding time to get your schoolwork in. So no, it's commitment. That's why when you commit to a school, you're committing, in all facets of your time, and it's something that you have to embrace. And that's something that obviously I've been doing it for a long time, and obviously I love it. That's why I do it. So.
Just like you guys, I spent summers going to college camps, going to showcases and tournaments, and every college coach tells you that Division I baseball, it's a job. Frank, you go to Lafayette for 4 years. You're at Quinnipiac, 2 top-level schools. Do you never sleep? How do you make time to study?
Yeah, no, it's honestly the biggest thing that I'll tell people, and I'll tell you, PD, is that you have to learn how to manage your time. You have to be able to utilize the resources that you have around you, academic people, academic advisors, teammates, coaches, support staff, just to make sure that you're staying on top of things, because, you can't dig yourself any hole. Falling behind, it's not your friend. You want to make sure you stay on top of it. Like, obviously you're in college, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to have a good time, but at the same time also you can't be on the field unless you're taking care of business in the classroom. So as far as sleep goes, that's a challenge. Getting 7-8 hours a night is not easy. People that are able to say that they can consistently get 8-10 hours of sleep, I commend you, because it's not easy. So
you kind of answered my next question. I was going to say, Petey's being a senior in high school, what is something that what is a word of advice that you would give to him, to have a successful first year as a collegiate athlete?
Yeah, I would just say, just soak it all in and, realize the opportunity in front of you. College it kind of teaches you about life. You're kind of on your own for the first time, like really having a lot of responsibilities at your plate, and you're going to have decisions to make. And one of my old coaches always at Lafayette would always say, make good decisions. It comes as simple as that. Whether you're on the field, whether you're off the field, make good decisions, and usually things will go your way. So I would just say, just keep on focus and just make the right call.
Obviously, you guys lived together for your whole lives. Frank, what is something that you think Pete might struggle with heading into his freshman year of college?
Honestly, I think he's going to struggle with just having to, depending on when you have class and when you have school PD, you're gonna be having to adjust to going to class at different times of the day. And also it's a little different than your normal high school, where you go to school, you have first period, second period, fourth period. You're going to have class at 8 in the morning, and then you're going to have lift or whatever you're going to have, and you're going to have to kind of know how to manage your time properly. It's not just set in stone. I have school from 9 to 3, practice at 3 after school, and then just at home you're going to have you're going to have some time to manage. So I would just say, Pete, just be ready to manage your time.
Here's my advice that I would give to any college freshman: skipping class is a gateway drug.
Yes,
I'll say that right now.
It's not a habit you don't want to get into.
No.
You don't want to start. So just go to class.
Petey, don't worry. I didn't forget about you. You and I were talking before we went live. I just wanted to make sure you and your dad moved down to Georgia. What made you guys want to do that, and how was it adjusting to a new school?
Well, going down to Georgia was the decision that my family made about me playing baseball in competitive environments. Obviously, East Cobb is a big organization in Marietta. I played summers down here where it was pretty much the whole entire summer I would play games almost every day, just like the honker schedule would be, traveling and stuff, but mostly in Georgia. And I knew where I wanted. I knew I was going to go to Georgia Tech when I was a freshman, so that was another decision why I wanted to move down. And I like warm weather. It's warm. It's a great baseball environment, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I know you guys are from Western Pennsylvania. I'm here in State College at Penn State, not very far from where you guys grew up. Today was 65 degrees, which is unheard of in February. It was 30, maybe 28 last night, which is not even cold for that. I know I'm envious of you guys being down there in the warm, but you again, committing to a Georgia Tech, a huge Power 5 ACC school before your freshman year, during your freshman year. You had to do that quick. What was your recruiting process like, and what made Georgia Tech the place for you?
Yeah, so I'd like to say a developed freshman. I was pretty aware of what I can do and what schools might be interested in me. And really, they reached out to me in October of my freshman year, and ever since then, I started texting coaches couldn't respond back till my junior year, but I really just went to a camp there in November, and I fell in love with the field, with the coaches, and how they treated me, and it was fun. And it wasn't really like, okay, I'm going to a college camp, like I'm going to be nervous now. Like, no, those guys are there to make it have fun and relaxed, and obviously they're great coaches when they're coaching at Georgia Tech. And Coach Hall has been there for 30 years, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously he knows what's going on. So
tell me a little bit about playing with East Cobb Astros. Anybody who follows youth travel baseball, they know East Cobb is the best of the best. Like, them and the Roadrunners are top tier teams. With alumni like Brandon Phillips, Buster Posey, and Dansby Swanson. What's it like playing with guys who are the best of the best in the country?
Yeah, so I played with East Cobb my sophomore year, or going into my junior year summer, and it was kind of like a wake up call, like that's the main circuit and everything like that. You're playing with the best players all the time. You're playing at a gorgeous field. I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure you have, but the field one at East Cobb is gorgeous, perfectly turf field and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I also played a couple tournaments, and towards the end of my summer last year with 5-Star National, those guys have been also amazing towards me, and they gave me opportunity after opportunity. So, I mean, playing with those two organizations that really helped me a lot, kind of understand what type of guys I'll be playing against in college and hopefully in pro ball.
This question's for the both of you guys. Frank, I know that you played with your other brother Joey, who goes to NJIT in 2021 with the DC Grays, and now you get to play with your youngest brother this summer. You guys are about 5 years apart. You guys have never taken the field together, have you?
No, we definitely have not. And honestly, something that we thought about, could be a possibility, kind of with my eligibility being extended beyond grad, and with Petey being an incoming freshman in the Northwoods League, being a good opportunity for incoming freshmen to prepare themselves for the next level. It was kind of something that we always knew in the back of our head could be, something that could come together this summer. And now the fact that we're actually going to get to play together, like you said, even though there's that, that age gap, it's going to be an awesome feeling. Like you said, I played with Joey a couple summers ago with the DC Grays, in a summer ball environment and in the summertime, after a long, what will be a long college season and a long, prep season for Petey, it's going to be awesome getting after it with him in the summer.
Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, unless I picked up with you and Joey while playing in a little league game, maybe.
Yeah.
Whenever
maybe some games when we were all in that.
When you were 13 range, or something like that.
Possible.
But, I mean, I really haven't played on the team with any of my brothers. Joey was a senior when I was a freshman, and that was COVID year at my old high school, and that got shut down. We didn't even get to play a game. So I was looking forward to that, but I mean, I really haven't – I don't think I've ever played a game or a season with one of my older brothers, and I'm definitely excited for that. It was kind of like a joke. Hey, maybe I'll come play with you in the Northwoods League with the Honkers like next year. And I was saying at the beginning of the year, now it's like actually
now it's a reality. Yep.
Now, yeah, no, I'm excited.
We're gonna have to document this at some point during the summer. We're gonna have to have like a newlywed game to see who gets more girls or whatever like that. So you have your family, three sons in college baseball, a dad who played at Pitt, 2 sisters thriving in softball. I mean, was this sort of the expectation, going to play baseball collegiately or sports collegiately? Is this something that your parents just put at the forefront, like that you're going to play, this is what you're going to do?
Well, it was something that we always I'll start off, Petey, and then I'll let you go. It was something that we always wanted to do and something that we always knew we were capable of doing. At the end of the day, but like mom and dad's just, have always, provided us the resources and countless hours, staying in hotels and, working out at the facility and food and groceries and fast food trips and just countless hours that we've spent. At the end of the day, like this is like just what we embrace and what we love to do. And like, we wouldn't have it any other way, quite frankly. As far as playing collegiately, it's, as you know, like not many, like a small percentage of high school athletes end up going to play collegiately at any level. So, I mean, we've all been blessed in that aspect, but it was something that we've always definitely wanted to be at the forefront of what we do. And now we're just enjoying every opportunity that we have going forward. So absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, pretty much what Frank said, but I think we all just decided at a young age how much we loved baseball and how, like, I mean, you guys were saying that college baseball is like a job, but I mean, it really is the best job you could have, is playing the game that you love growing up with, and just, I wouldn't want it any other way,
That's awesome. Petey, I'm going to send it back to you. You're coming right out of high school to go play with college guys, D1, high D2 guys in the Northwoods League. You're coming right from metal bat to wood bat. Obviously, wood bat is what you're going to play with during the summer anyway, with club teams. But are you at all worried about the difference between high school pitching and college pitching, and you're going to have to face it so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, but I mean, baseball, if you're going to the batter's box without any confidence, you're not going to do very well. And I mean, I just have to think when I'm hitting that these dudes have nothing that they can throw by me, whether it's a fastball up and away or something like that, tough pitch to hit, or a backdoor slider. It's just baseball when it comes down to that. And I think I'm ready to face college pitchers.
What's your pitch? What's your favorite? What's like you got a 3-0 count, and what pitch are you seeing that you're gonna swing?
I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, middle is hard to complain, but like maybe a down and in fastball was just right, and just throw the bat head to it.
Classic lefty answer. Classic lefty answer.
I'm bottom hand dominant, so it's just right there. Just let the bat head go, and then hopefully you catch it out front, hit one over right center or right field. But
Frank, I'll send this one back to you. Obviously, we were talking about you were at Lafayette for 4 years. You transferred to Quinnipiac. Obviously, you got your Lafayette degree, but what made you want to transfer to Quinnipiac?
Honestly, John, like the transfer process as a graduate was pretty stressful, quite frankly, and I honestly would not even be able to be where I am right now at Quinnipiac, without the Honkers and without the summer that I was able to have last year. As far as Quinnipiac is concerned, when I entered the graduate transfer portal, if you would, the transfer portal as a grad, knowing that, after Lafayette, I would have to, go to another institution and continue playing. I reached out to about, a good number of schools and that I kind of knew I would have a good academic and athletic fit. And what stood out to me about Quinnipiac is, obviously Division I, mid-major conference, and, having come off an NCAA regional in the past and, having a lot of success recently, combining that with a great master's program in sports journalism, which is something that, which you'll love to hear, is that something that I'm aspiring to do and something that I could see myself being in sports one day, whether it's broadcasting, whether it's media, whether it's writing, whether it's producing. I knew Quinnipiac had an outstanding reputation for that. So that prompted me to reach out to Quinnipiac fall of 2020-21. And then it just so happened that, this summer, while I was in Rochester with the Honkers, happened to, finally come together with Coach John Delaney at Quinnipiac, and we were able to work some things out, and ended up being a done deal in late July that I'll be coming to Quinnipiac. So it kind of all came together over the past year or so, but thrilled to be where I'm at right now, and excited to get going this weekend with our series. So.
Frank, you and I, you mentioned sports journalism. You and I are similar majors. Mine's called broadcast journalism here at Penn State, but it's the same exact thing. Where, whenever your playing career ends, whether that's after your sixth year or in pro ball at some point, where would your ideal job be? Like, what is your ultimate goal after playing career is over?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if I had to say I had a dream job, I would love to say that I'm doing what John Smoltz does, just being a color analyst and calling an MLB game on Fox, or, just doing something in baseball for sure, because just obviously it's a game that I've played for such a long time. But one thing that I will say that, that I've loved about Quinnipiac is that they surround you with and I'm sure it's the same at Penn State with your program. You get exposed to a lot of different outlets and venues of sports journalism, whether it's producing, whether it's sideline reporting, whether it's doing stand-ups or features or commentary. Obviously want to keep the options open, but definitely would say my dream job is to be an MLB color analyst after my playing career is over.
So John Smoltz is your favorite guy?
Yeah, I think John Smoltz does a really good job. I mean, there's a lot of guys that do well. There's even some guys that on the, just on the team, the regional feeds for teams that I take a liking to. But I think on the national scale, John Smoltz does it really well.
I know that you you were up in the booth for a little bit, a couple of games last year. Might have to bring you back up there again this year. Pete, we're gonna flip it back down to you. I'm kind of excited about this one, so I'm gonna read you a quote from a very famous baseball player. Shout out to all the haters, those girls that be leaving me on open all the time, leaving me on delivered the whole day. I be having no Snapchats whenever I get off the field, bro. It's all right though. I'm gonna get a hit right here. Is any of that true? There's no way, because there's girls everywhere. If Penn State is like the rest of the country, girls between the ages of 16 and 22 want nothing more than a Division I athlete.
Cap. Petey.
Really? You think? No way.
No, I'm saying Petey's capping.
He's capping.
Yeah.
He's got game. Got game.
I don't know. But the national showcase where I was mic'd up was the most fun I've ever had on field, to be honest with you. I've never been mic'd up before. Hopefully we get mic'd up. I think I saw a couple guys got mic'd up last year.
We're micing you up. I saw you at first base too. We're micing you up.
But that should be fun. Obviously I had a blast doing it, and hopefully I get a couple more ABs while mic'd up, so maybe I can, get one over the fence and jog around the bases talking about, I don't know, just anything.
Gotta love that. No, obviously baseball, it's a slower game. You can kind of talk to the opposition. It's like if it's the fourth inning of a 5-run game, you can kind of just have a chat at first base or second base. Do you have a conversation starter over there at first base?
No, I mean, I'd like to say that if the guy's not talking to me, I'm probably not going to talk to him. But at the same time, if something during the at-bat, happens, I'll be like, hey, man, like, was that pitch actually a strike, or like was that a way or something like that? Maybe see, all right, that guy's calling outside corner, or like he's not calling it. Maybe it's something for my at-bat. But I talk to guys sometimes. I talk to first base coaches all the time. They love to talk to me for some reason. I don't know why, but I enjoyed having a conversation, but also being locked in and just focused on the game. But
Frank, you're coming back for your third season with the Honkers. I mean, what is so special about the city of Rochester and the Honkers as a team that has made you want to come back for 2 straight years?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to start because, my first season with the Honkers was a short stint. Even though it will be my third season, the first go around was a quick couple weeks. I came in August after I played with the DC Grays in the Ripken League, and I really knew nothing about Rochester. I knew the Northwoods was a grind, and I knew that it was a really good league, but I didn't really know much about what I was getting into. But right away, I was just amazed by just how amazing the people were. The front office, the coaches, the guys, the host families, which I've had, 2 incredible host families so far in my time in Rochester. And then, you just get a feel of it's a very I like to say homey. It's like a homey setting in Rochester. You got the skyline, you got the building in right field, the apartment building, and then you roll up in the city, and then there's Mayo Field right there, and and we got first class amenities like the Rochester Athletic Club, so many things. I honestly can't pick one, but just honestly, just the atmosphere and everything about what Rochester brings to the table and what the Honkers do. I would say that summer of 22 was probably the best of my life, and honestly, I'm excited to run it back again. Have to be.
All right, we got 2 more questions. They're for both of you, and then we're gonna move on to the final segment, which is something fun that I haven't really told you guys about. But give me an update on Pittsburgh sports. I mean, I'm a Philadelphia sports man. Obviously, we lost the World Series and the Super Bowl. We're still riding high. I can always expect the Sixers to lose in the second round, but we're feeling good. What is the state of Pittsburgh sports?
I mean, the Steelers ended hot last year. I mean, I think they were better than they were at the start of the year. Obviously, I mean, Kenny Pickett. Obviously, my dad went to Pitt. We're big Pitt football fans. In love with Kenny Pickett. Literally, he's our guy. And then, the Pirates have made some moves in the offseason, bringing back McCutcheon. I don't follow it as much as Frankie probably does, but I know that there's something there.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about Kenny Pickett. I mean, I think he's a guy that the Steelers are going to want to build around. Obviously, there's a lot more pieces that have to surround that, and you're going to be in a tough division with the Bengals, and Joe Burrow is going to be tough to beat. As far as the Penguins go, the Pens are kind of getting up there. I think eventually they're going to hit their peak, and we kind of might see them on the decline a little bit, which is tough because we've seen them, be in the playoffs competitive for so many years. But all eras come to an end. And as far as the Pirates go, I'm definitely excited about the direction that things are trending in. Obviously, I want to see them spend a little more money, but at the same time, you can't not be thrilled about seeing McCutchen back in the black and gold. I mean, he's what Pittsburgh baseball is. Like he restored the soul of baseball in Pittsburgh by helping us, get to the wild card game, get us back to the playoffs, and end that 20-year drought. So, always cautious optimism, right now, but at the same time, definitely excited for what's to come in Pittsburgh sports.
And it's always cool having our boy Dave on the Pirates.
That's right. That's having our guy, the renegade Dave Bednar, a Mars kid, a Lafayette guy, now a Pittsburgh Pirate. It's been incredible to watch what he's done, and we're always rooting for Dave.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got a nice prospect, pitching prospect, Anthony Solometo, New Jersey native, second round guy. But I don't know. We got a saying about Pittsburgh. Well, specifically the University of Pittsburgh here at Penn State. And I'm not allowed to say that on here.
I think I know what you're going to say.
That's how we feel.
Yeah.
One more question before we move on to the last segment. I always like asking this because everybody always gives a different answer. What is your favorite? What do you love most about baseball?
You want me to start, Frank?
Tough one. Yeah, go ahead. I might need some time to think about that.
My favorite part about baseball is you play it so often to where you can have a rough day one day, and the next day you come back and you might go 0 for 3 the first day, and the next day you might go 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a home run. You just never know. It's every day is a new opportunity. I also like the fact that there's different aspects of the game. If you're not hitting well or you're in a slump, you can at least still be fielding the ball, and there's other parts where the team might need you, and it's also fun hitting home runs. I'm going to be honest.
Best feeling in the world.
That's probably my favorite part about baseball is hitting home runs. But obviously, like, you're not going to hit a home run every time you hit, but that's my favorite part about baseball.
Yeah, I would probably say my favorite part about baseball is, obviously winning, is what every competitive athlete wants to do. Is you want to win. Like you play to win. Like we didn't just show up here in Maryland to just have a good time. Like we're here to win baseball games. But specifically, like what I like the most about baseball is, if you're like coming in out of the bullpen, like I could be in any situation, I come in the 7th inning and say, I pick a teammate up that may not have had their best stuff in the 7th inning and get out of a big jam, and then watch that inning, kind of lead to some momentum for our team. Just knowing that you had a specific role to play in the game, as your whole team did, and then seeing it all come together in the result of a victory, and kind of just like reveling in that feeling and knowing that you did your job, and now it's time to go support the rest of the team and kind of just take it all in, and just to have that culminate in a victory. There's no better feeling. We had a lot of those this summer with the Honkers. We had some thriller games. I'm sure Coach Herb can attest to. We had some extra inning battles that were grinds, so kind of being a part of those like thrillers is something I would say is really an amazing part of baseball that I love.
Yeah. No, baseball, and you can't not be romantic about it. There's just something about it, being in the stadium. It's just the whole atmosphere is really cool. I know I always loved just being. That was where I felt most comfortable. Is where I felt at home, because I always felt like I couldn't do anything right outside of a baseball field.
Yeah,
no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
All right. So there's a reason I texted you guys and asked you what your favorite team is. So I don't know if you've seen the other podcast, but I've asked 5 trivia questions about the interviewee's favorite team, and I did send these into Clint to make sure they weren't too hard. Clint got 5 out of 5.
Okay, well, Clint's pretty good with trivia, so
Clint is pretty good. That's why I sent it to him. Yeah. I didn't want to make him too hard.
So basically, if you guys get 4 out of 5 correctly, I gotta buy you both a pack of seeds.
All right.
Frank, this is where you come in. You're good at trivia, so
all right.
I mean, hopefully I know at least some of them.
All right. What famous song is associated with the last time the Pirates won the World Series in
We are
1979?
family.
Oh, right off
we
the
are-
bat. Okay, 1 for 1. 1 for
All
1.
right, good start. Good start.
On July 12th, 1970, a Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher allegedly threw a no-hitter while high on LSD. Who is he?
You know, Frank?
Doc Ellis.
Yes,
Ellis.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
The Pirates played the Yankees in the World Series in 1960. The series went 7 games, and in Game 7, in the bottom of the 9th, it was tied 9-9. Who hit the walk-off home run?
Bill Mazeroski.
3 for 3.
Maz.
All right, one more. The last two are kind of hard. I'd be surprised if you got these two. 1936 marked the inaugural class for the National Baseball Hall of Fame. This class included guys like Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, and Christy Mathewson, and this Pirates player.
Hannes Wagner.
Yeah, that's 4 out of 5. I owe you guys some seeds. Let's see if you can get 5
Wow.
out of 5.
Let's
Let's
go.
see if you can
Pete.
get 5 out of 5.
I was gonna say Pie Trainer, but that was a good guess. Honest Wagner is a good guess.
High Trainer's a good guess, though.
All right, let's see. I owe you guys the seeds. You guys got the prize. Let's see if you can get 5 out of 5 though. Who was the only Pirates player to win Rookie of the Year?
Jason Bay.
Yes, 5 out of 5. Wow.
Boom.
Let's go.
That's So Clint didn't get. I think Clint got 2 or 3. I was mean. I made him really hard on purpose for Clint. And then obviously Herb's is a Yankees fan.
He's a
I think Herb's
Yankee guy.
I think he went 1 for 5.
Ooh, Herb. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot there's a lot of history.
Then again, in
27.
fairness, there's probably more Yankee trivia than Pirates trivia, just based
Yeah,
on
no, it was
how
a
historic
bit of
the
a struggle.
Yankees are.
it was a
That's
little bit of a struggle.
fair enough. We'll have to do some Steeler trivia because I know Herb's a big Steeler fan.
Oh yeah, and
We'll
he had
get
the
back
TJ
to that.
Watt poster behind him. He couldn't find a way to blur the screen, but he had the TJ Watt poster. TJ Watt's.
Wow.
So
I wish
That's
I had
our
the
guy
jersey.
right there.
They got a jersey of him.
Yeah. He did.
Get Watt jersey every Sunday during the season.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming on here. We love doing this. We'll be back next week with another one. Remember to subscribe and follow the Honkers on Instagram and Twitter. I'm John Calavita for Frank and Petey Craska. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.